Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And
Yeah.
why are you laughing?
No, because of your statements about being down to earth.
I am.
Are you though?
I am down to
Are
earth.
you though?
Super down to earth. You know that.
I don't think being down to earth is only about materialistic things. I know earthly things. It's also how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you think of other people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so if I looked at someone and said, "You're a fool," I'm not down to earth.
No, I don't think so. I think you have hints of arrogance.
Well. So, in true arrogant fashion, let me now insist that you tell us what's popping.
So Mr. Kanye West is what's popping, and I think I did this story about a week ago that he's now married to a young lady who actually looks a lot like Kim Kardashian. But anyway, he's trending today because he was leaving a tanning salon with his now new wife, and then he was stopped by paparazzi who are taking pictures of him and who are filming him, and he went on to make the suggestion that celebrities should receive a percentage of any money that the paparazzi make off footage of them. But here, take a listen to what he had to say.
Just stop.
All right. I just congratulate on your honeymoon.
Bro, just stop. You got paparazzi. You understand? It's like the first stop. Just stop.
Yeah, but I'm in the alley.
No, listen, bro.
Yeah.
It's like antagonistic.
I just need just one shot, please.
No, you got the shot, but I'm saying
It was not a good one. I respect you.
It's like, that's my thing. It's like, you don't even know. Y'all just jump up on people like this, and it's just like.
I apologize
The
if I
first
caused
time-
you trouble, and you told me to stop, and I stopped.
Do you know the first time I ever took medication why I was? Because I got mad at paparazzi.
I'm so sorry.
You know what paparazzi was?
No.
The same one that shot Britney.
No.
You know what I'm saying? My dad did photography for newspapers. You know what I'm saying? It has to be some kind of balance, some kind of conversation. I can't live in California in my life like I'm some type of caged animal to be judged.
No, I totally understand.
photographed.
And we
Yeah.
respect you. You told me to stop, and I stopped.
No, I appreciate
We
that.
love your music, your
But
talent.
Who do you work for? Which company?
I'm independent, but I upload to the media. I do.
Who's the media? The media doesn't have a right just to like, boom, pop up. We have no idea. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't have no say-so over the shot.
No, you did, because I stopped.
No,
I listened to you.
It's not just that. It's the entire media. Y'all find where we're at. Y'all take this photo. What percentage of the money do we get off of the photos?
On this one, probably not.
On which ones?
On
none of them. For years and
On
years.
your general PR, yes, you do, but I'm the wrong person to argue with you.
But who do you work with?
No, independent.
Who you say?
I'm totally independent.
I need to find out all the information.
Yeah. So it goes on and on. It's actually quite long. They had a really long back and forth. So he was basically telling this photographer that they need to have a conversation. The media and artists or celebrities need to have a conversation so that they can make some money off that, because it's an invasion of privacy, and it also makes them feel like they're living in fear because they're under scrutiny, and they don't even get to have a say-so over which pictures of them should be posted, because they can post pictures that are, compromising and whatnot.
Cry me a river.
Oh, please, Fatboy.
Cry me
Why
a
would
river.
you say that?
I feel like people want the rewards that come with fame, but they don't want to pay the price of it. And I think perhaps that's where the failure lies. People need to be educated about the fact that if you seek fame, understand that it's going to claim a pound of flesh from you. You can forget about privacy. If you seek fame in the arts, in music, and in entertainment, everyone's going to want to know who are you dating, who are you sleeping with. They're going to want to know where you go, how you dress. They're going to follow you around your house. And as unfortunate and as uncomfortable as that may be, if you're not willing to do that, then don't seek fame.
No, you see, they're not
Don't
seeking
seek fame.
They're not
Be
seeking
like,
fame.
who are those guys?
Which ones?
These funk music gurus who wear helmets. Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Be like those guys. No one knows what they look like. And I guess it's by choice, but it's what happens. If you're famous and you don't want people to know what you look like, those are the drastic steps you have to take. But you can't then pretend that, I want to be famous because they want the paparazzi around to help boost their image. but then they don't want the paparazzi around to sort of, serve their own ends.
I don't think they're going out seeking for fame. Yes, there are some people who go out intentionally seeking for fame, but I think fame is one of the things that comes with greatness, because if you're producing great work and doing a good job in society, people are going to definitely want to know who you are, and they're going to be curious about it. But then again, you see, they should have some level of right to be an individual, a human being that they actually are. If people are going to, want to go crazy about them, and this is what basically Kanye West is saying, then go crazy about my work, my music, that
you don't get to dictate. You can't dictate
do not
the terms.
be bombarding me, my wife. We are, just living our lives and being chill.
Yeah.
Just don't come at me, because you have to be respectful. Just like you, Fatboy. Okay, you enjoy it because you love the attention.
No,
and how
I
you
don't.
say you're down to earth just beats me.
Actually, I don't. And if you must know the truth, it's not that I enjoy it. It's that I understand it to be a tool for what I have to do to earn a living. Do you think I just go on Facebook and I'm just a pain in the ass just because I'm bored?
Yeah.
I'm an introvert. I'd be happy to disappear into the ether and not rear my head. But by me inserting myself into culturally and socially sensitive topics, it's my way to be relevant and my way to connect with people and to have a footprint, which I then leverage into building a media persona that I can monetize and earn a living out of and start a business out of. And if it were not for me being out there seeking the spotlight in the different ways that I do, this wouldn't be possible. So I understand it. And so when people take an interest in me, oh, look, you're 50 years old and you don't have a kid. And no one's ever seen you with a girlfriend. You must be impotent. You must be gay. Like, I've been having to deal with all that kind of, small talk by the paparazzi. And I accept it as the price that I must pay.
No. Again, I'll go back
for the
to
fame.
People like you chase it because you want the fame. You kind of get a high off it.
It's how you pay the bills.
But let me give you an example of certain celebrities who we barely have any information about their personal lives. Look at, for instance, Beyonce. Every time you see Beyonce out in public, it is staged and she's there for a purpose. When you go on her social media, the only thing that you ever see her posting is about a photo shoot, an album coming out, talking about her music, etc, etc. So you can actually be a very successful individual and just keep the public's perception about you to just your work. Because you could also come here and the only time people ever see is when you're on RX Radio or RX Radio social media platforms, and that's just it. We don't need to know all this extra stuff, but you go into that spaces, but like you go into that space like you have explained.
Yeah, because I'm not. You see, because here's the thing.
It can be avoided.
Here's the thing. Because me and Beyonce are a different type of creature. She is a dancer and a singer, so that's her product. Do you understand? But us in the media and in the world of commentary that we do, we're kind of in the influencer space, you see. And for us to build audiences, we have to talk to the people that follow us.
But again, I'm saying
we sort of have to let them into a little bit of our lives for them to see where we hang out.
No,
and
you
what
really
we do.
don't have to.
Because just look at your Instagram. You're constantly posting pictures of yourself at fancy places.
Because that is my work. That is I am
exactly
influencing. That is my work. But you don't ever see pictures of my son or my family. You don't. Or my boyfriend or who I'm seeing. You never see that. So social media for me, I have crafted it to just be about my workplace. Anything on my social media is who I am as a professional.
I think
nothing personal.
But with all due respect, like if you really want to leverage social clout, there are I don't know, man. I guess it's to each their own, and each person can decide for themselves what they're willing to do for it. But man, it is to the extent that you can be impactful socially that, especially if you're in the world of media and commentary, that is how you build your audience. If I'm just being Mr. Nice, Mr. Goody Two Shoes, Mr. Suave, I'm not gonna get a following.
That's not it.
So that when you walk into an office and say, "Hey, can we do some business together?" They're going to be like, "I know you. Oh, you're that guy who's just such a pain in the ass on social media. Everyone's talking about you." See, that already gives me an avenue through which we can discuss business. But if you go to my social media and maybe it's just me just being, I don't know, just living my life in some nice and sweet way, who would even care?
No, again, I'm saying you can channel your social media to push your career and just be professional. Again, I gave the example of Beyonce. Every time you see, or even
But
just myself,
we're interested.
every time you see me on social media, it's work or
But that doesn't
I'm in a
stop.
nice place
But listen,
and I'm working and
But-
just
but
doing
let's
my
be-
thing. But people
but
don't
let's
have
be
to
real.
know
Are you saying-
because you're going to open yourself? You're going to be vulnerable on social media, and people are going to use that against you. They're going to come for your kids.
They'll
going to
use
come
it
for
against
your
you
partner.
anyway.
They're coming
Do you
for your
honestly
children.
think-
People are not going to come against you or go
Listen
against you
to
if you
me.
don't give them ammunition.
Listen to me. You think people don't have ammunition on Beyonce? You think we're all not all up in her business about her marriage with Jay-Z, about the time they got into a fight in an elevator, the Becky with the long hair, the cheating rumors,
But
and Rihanna?
again, you see,
You can do everything to control the narrative, but
they control the
there are
narrative,
limits.
and all we have is speculation, not fact. That's all we have. Speculation, not fact. So people can't come at her and say, oh, that is what it was. People can assume that that was the case, but they don't know for a fact that that is the case. And
But
it's
to
very
complain-
dangerous if you put facts about yourself on social media, because people are going to come and use that. You're never going to have a defense against that, because she can come and say, like, I was literally just doing an album for people who
You
can
see,
relate to that situation.
But you know how, and here's the interesting thing about Beyonce. Beyonce is kind of like, Beyonce is to music what Tom Cruise is to film, where they say Tom Cruise is the last movie star,
Okay.
meaning he's the only person remaining in Hollywood where a film can just have starring Tom Cruise and people will watch it for
and
that.
everyone go wild.
You know,
Yeah.
and whereas Beyonce similarly. But I've listened to interviews from artists who are constantly under pressure from their management to do like TikTok things. Like you watch
And
Charlie.
it's a very desperate attempt, I feel.
Because attention is the greatest currency in the modern social media era. Charlie Puth, who if you follow him on TikTok, he is just, man, it's almost as if you're roommates with him. There isn't a moment of his day he won't put on TikTok.
You know, this is kind of like the example when you're saying that news anchors have started dancing on TV. Like, it doesn't have to come to that. It
As in,
really does not.
on one hand, we can laugh at it, but on the other hand, it's like, do they have another choice?
You actually do have a choice to not do it.
Because if they were not doing that, then no one would care about them.
Look at people like Amanpour, and I love her so much
Who?
because she's a journalist
On CNN.
on CNN. Does she ever have to dance on TikToks?
Not now, but soon she might have to.
No, she was never going to have to do it. People like Donald Trump, do you ever see him dancing in TikTok?
Not on TikTok, but the SNL, but don't even talk about Donald Trump. For him, he's even worse than me, if you think I'm bad. But to your point,
Yeah.
look, I can understand why you may want to protect a piece of your life, and I'm sure now...
Exactly. We all deserve that.
He doesn't like... But it's kind of like the Harry situation, right? Where he says, oh, the media, and yet it is precisely through the media that he's now earning a living. Provoking the media, getting into fights with the media, seeking publicity from the media.
But that's the thing. There are people like Harry and you who want to take that route. And then there are people who don't want to and don't have to. Because Harry doesn't have to.
And you're claiming to be one of them.
About one of whom?
Because on this program, I mean, people get a sense of who you are as a person. Because you're not pretending, are you? This is who you are.
This is why it's also banter. Like how you go for a cocktail party and you just talk about the weather or talk about, shoes or whatever the case may be. It's banter.
In fact-
but just because I give you a small clip, you can't know who exactly I'm talking about.
Wait, so this
or
is
when
just the
this
tip
happened
of the iceberg.
It is.
Of who you are.
It's not even, you haven't even scratched the surface.
Oh my gosh. So in real life, you're even more annoying than this.
I am actually
We've
very
only scratched the
delightful.
surface of you.
I'm very delightful.
Oh, so you keep the nice and sweet side for other people and not for me. Okay. But to Kanye West,
Yeah.
that was a very interesting exchange for sure.
Yeah. And I do think that also even you, I think you should be pushing. If you're going to post pictures of me, you're going to have to pay.
Wow.
Literally.
Wow.
Don't you think that would be a great way to make money?
Well, the thing
Like
is,
if you say even Fatboy, even if you say Chui,
because
you're going to have to pay me money.
Because this is the irony, and especially for someone like Kanye who owns a fashion company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reason why his fashion company is so valuable is because we got to see him in his element.
Why it was
in trending, wearing trending clothes, nice outfits, and so when he came out and said, "Now I'm doing fashion," we had a point of reference. We had spent the years seeing him in photos captured by paparazzi and elsewhere to show us that he had a strong fashion sense. That when he came out and said, "Now I'm doing my own fashion brand," everyone went on board with it. But can you imagine if there had been no pictures taken of Kanye and he was not a person of interest that anyone would give a toss about? If he announced that he was doing a fashion line, who would even care?
But you see, those pictures were staged. He has a whole PR team that manages his public appearance. So when you saw those structurally or beautifully taken pictures of him, those were staged pictures, because you can't say every time he was in public it was a beautiful, good picture.
Okay, like I feel like
take like 10, and out of the 10 you'll find just one,
so
and then all the others you're just in awkward positions.
I would think in reality then it has to maybe be a combination of that. I mean, I don't think you can prevent people from taking your picture.
Yeah.
But you can have some say as to how you may want to be presented.
Exactly, and that's what Kanye was saying. And also, I found out that sometimes in Hollywood, these paparazzi and these fans are staged. So it's like they stage it.
The paparazzi?
Yeah, paparazzi.
As in they pretend, they make it seem like they're being hounded by paparazzi.
Yes, and yet they're actually not. So for instance, if I said, I'll be going here tonight, so you guys come with your cameras, come through, make a big scene, and then like an innocent bystander takes a picture and is like, "Oh my goodness, Sarah is so famous. Everybody's following her around." No.
That's actually sinister, but very smart.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there's people that do that.
There are many people who
My
do
goodness.
that.